Every contestant who lands on the show treats it like a culinary battlefield. And well, all's fair in love and war, so what's a little cheating in the grand scheme of things, huh? Just like this time when the entire team was hellbent on sabotaging each other.
You. Off out of here. Get out! Get out!
If you ask me, I think this dinner service from season 3 was doomed from the start. Josh was responsible for the meat station, but the actual chaos began because of Eddie.
Get out of my way.
Keep it off the heat. You're gonna burn before you get all your pan.
I guess they forgot whose station it actually was. And because of all the interference, Eddie was on the verge of a meltdown.
Sorry, Chef.
What happened?
Too many people came around again and there is more confusion.
It was pretty disheartening to see all that spaghetti go to waste. Eddie ended up making more than needed because others kept getting in his way. Chef Ramsay then had to step in and tell Brad and especially Josh to back off and let Eddie do his damn thing. But there were plenty of other mishaps from this team as well. Vinny was trying to pull the stunts by cooking on 4 pans altogether. But would he really be able to pull it off? Before even taking it to the pass, Chef Ramsay happened to notice something.
Is that burnt, Vinny? I can see it from here. It looks dark.
Meanwhile, Vinny was really confident for some reason. But when he took his dish to the hot plate, guess how it turned out?
One nicely cooked there, and one that is cooked to
At this point, there's something you should know. Chef Ramsay has zero tolerance for liars, and in his book, lying is just another word for cheating. Vinny either came up with an excuse out of fear, or he simply couldn't recognize a burnt dish. But his other teammate Josh? Well, his troubles were gonna start very soon too. When it was time to send his first Wellington to the pass, things didn't turn out so well.
It's overcooked. Come here, you. Oh no.
He promised to refire on the other Wellington in 3 minutes. But Chef Ramsay had to make sure if it was cooked.
Is it cooked?
Yes, chef.
I hope there's not raw pastry underneath there. You know that.
Well, you saw it, right? Josh tapped that Wellington and told Chef Ramsay it was good to go. But was it? You see, Josh knew that if Chef Ramsay got his hands on it and found it raw, he'd be kicked out of the kitchen for sure. So he had to spill the beans that his second Wellington had uncooked pastry, a big whoops that Ramsay compared to the Titanic going down.
We're sinking like a Titanic. Right now, nothing is happening.
To add to the frustration, Chef Ramsay caught Josh doing something unexpected.
Is that dry?
No, chef.
When Chef Ramsay says, "It looks dry from here," you can bet it's dry. Beyond dry, really. And at that point, Chef Ramsay's frustration had boiled over.
You donkey.
Now, this, among other mistakes, was a significant factor in the blue team getting kicked out of the service. It was certainly a night of challenges, with the entire team falling apart in their way. But this next contestant single-handedly caused her team head's downfall during the final dinner service. I think Lacey's comeback for the final dinner service after getting kicked out mid-service is the worst decision ever made on the show, bar none. I mean, they had to know it couldn't have gone well. Because as soon as she showed up, she instantaneously stirred up some tension among the contestants. Despite her promise to behave, Paula, Andrea, and LA were very wary.
I don't want anyone to get pissed off.
Now, moving on. Paula took the initiative to guide Lacey on making the crème brûlée during prep.
You should definitely start with the crème brûlée though, because that needs to cool and then set.
But unfortunately, the first batch ended up looking something like this.
It's still a little soft, let me see. They're all curdled.
Yeah, it was curdled, and this further added to the already tense atmosphere in the kitchen. What pissed me off is that she was actually smiling after messing up so bad. The audacity was real.
My bad.
And to nobody's surprise, the crème brûlée wasn't selected for the final dish. Plus, Chef Ramsay had some choice words to say.
That is not a crème brûlée texture. It looks like scrambled eggs.
But the real chaos unfolded during the dinner service when Lacey was handling the appetizer and garnish stations. Her first scallop salad ended up in a bad situation.
Andrea.
Yes, chef.
You know when it's overcooked. You can't serve that. That's not fine dining.
But Chef Ramsay wasn't gonna be quiet about it. He immediately called her out.
Lacey, you put it on the plate and turned it over, hope she wouldn't see it. You can't do that to her.
Yeah, she did try to sabotage Andrea with that move. I mean, really, why do you think she tried to conceal the error from Paula then? All Paula needed was some honesty, but Lacey, as in her name, was laced with lies. But that wasn't the end of it. When she was on the garnish station, Lacey became confused with the order for garnishes.
Now I have... Never mind. It's just a lot of different stuff in a lot of different pans.
And surprisingly, she blamed Paula for creating a menu that was too complicated for her to follow. Wow, how about that now, huh? It was frustrating to see her in the kitchen. I mean, what was she even complaining about? Some basic training and all the guidance you get during prep time should have prepared her for this service. However, her habit of sabotaging Paula's efforts was evident once again when she said this.
What's he gonna do? Kick me off the show? Oh wait, he already did that.
Oh yeah, every single member of the team was frustrated at this point.
It's coming! 1 minute!
What angers me even more was Lacey's behavior from before, where she continuously sabotaged the blue team by giving up and messing up dishes, acting more like a crybaby than a chef.
I can't cook meat, chef!
Why is that?
I don't know, chef!
And not only in her last episode, but throughout the entire freaking season, she had the same annoying attitude going.
I'm gonna go home. Ugh, I hate you guys. I'm about to really go crazy.
During her time on the show, she had efficiently destroyed food, caused numerous tickets to pile up, and led the boys to have mental breakdowns. And that's when Chef Ramsay had to make one decision that could bring back order into his kitchen. He kicked her out.
I'm really not a bitch. I'm really a nice, cool person.
And here she was, once again, trying to pull the same stunt, knowing that Paula's entire future depended on this one challenge. Chef Ramsay tried to push her up to speed, but she reverted back to her poor attitude, resulting in her giving up entirely. But Paula couldn't let her chances slide because of one irresponsible contestant. And so she sent LA over to assist Lacey. Sometime later, when everyone called her out for the spinach, she claimed that she had enough of getting yelled at.
Spinach, Lacey. On the
Chef!
In the end, Paula lost the finals to Danny, and while Lacey may not be entirely at fault here, she certainly played a significant part in it. Chef Ramsay's decision to bring her back to help the top 2 contestants turned out to be a huge mistake, considering her problematic attitude and just, well, her behavior in general. But this next contestant was a fan of taking shortcuts, going as far as to borrow rice from a teammate and pass it off as his own dish. Now that's just ridiculous. I'm of course talking about Adam Laval from season 14. He kicked off the competition strongly during the Signature Dish Challenge, even impressing Chef Ramsay with his first creation, earning a clean 4 points. But then things took a turn for the worse. In episode 3, the famous chef introduced the Alaskan Fish Challenge. Millie, Medley, and Adam were paired up for this challenge. And the blue team eventually won, granting them a 5-minute head start, but that advantage didn't work out too well for Adam. He struggled to keep up, even with the lead. As the blue team put in hard work to impress Chef Ramsay, Adam realized that he wouldn't be able to cook his rice in time and needed some help from his partner.
You have enough rice to go for 2? I got that.
Seems like a thoughtful move, right? That's what teammates are for. But this decision turned out to be a major misstep. Adam and Millie were the last pair to present their dishes to the guest judge Michael Cimarusti. Adam's pan-seared halibut with grilled baby bok choy and basmati rice was impressive, managing to win over the judge Cimarusti. However, when Millie presented his halibut française butter with bell pepper rice, both dishes featured rice. That's suspicious, right? As these suspicions arose, Adam's face turned really pale. Oops, it looks like someone just got caught, huh?
How did you guys both wind up with rice on the dish? Did you guys share on that one, or?
Naturally, Chef Ramsay wasn't gonna let this slide. He quickly joined in on the suspicion and asked Adam if he had borrowed Millie's rice. What a clever little scheme they had going on, huh? And to everyone's disbelief, this is what Adam had to say.
Yes, sir.
Chef Ramsay wasn't fooled by Adam's games, and Adam knew that he had to come clean. He had no choice but to confess that he used Millie's rice, meaning that the dish wasn't entirely his. What a shame. Adam's dish was actually good enough for him to win the challenge for his team, and he even had a 5-minute head start. But he just had to cheat and give the point away to the red team. As a result, the blue team lost the challenge and was punished by taking part in the seafood delivery day and prep the fish for the following service.
Halibut that 3 people have to carry. Then we have to scale and gut, clean.
Ouch, that must suck. Now, after a long and exhausting day, guess what the team was offered for lunch?
Guys, it's peanut butter and jelly. Peanut butter and jelly fish.
Damn, what a delightful lunch, right? Adam should have cooked his own rice and spared him and his team from this horrendous punishment. But this next contestant from season 6 was way worse than Adam. During the first dinner service, Louis was holding down the meat station. However, when it came to the entrees, he made a critical mistake.
Louis!
Yes, sir.
You just put a lamb in the oven?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Did he really just place raw lamb in the oven without seasoning or searing it first? I have no doubt that little move frustrated Chef Ramsay a lot. The famous chef took a moment to educate him on the importance of searing lamb first, explaining that it enhances the flavor and gives it a beautiful color. In response to Chef Ramsay's guidance, Louis' entire team came together to support him on the meat station, ensuring that such a mistake wouldn't happen again. You see, teamwork is crucial in the high-pressure kitchen environment, right?
Get a bunch of pans on and get them searing hot. Right over the heat. There you go.
An hour into the service, the blue team was hustling to serve the appetizers. However, he got caught doing something really sneaky.
Louis on the meat. He's cooking the spinach.
Obviously, Joseph didn't know why, and Louis couldn't speak for himself. But why was he working on Joseph's station? Well, his reply is gonna leave you scratching your head.
So why are you cooking the spinach?
I thought it went on the plate, sir.
Chef Ramsay was equally puzzled by his response and immediately shut down his involvement with the spinach. He then emphasized the need to focus on the lamb, which was already causing enough problems. After some struggles, Louis managed to send up his lamb to the pass, and the condition of that lamb wasn't impressive.
What is that? Did you bite that?
Chef Ramsay quickly pointed out his poor cutting skills, even questioning if he had taken a bite out of it. But the situation escalated when Chef Ramsay discovered something horrifying.
Look! 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 What the fuck is this?
The sight of a significant amount of wasted lamb on the meat station was truly shocking. In a fit of anger, Chef Ramsay tossed all of it back onto the station, demanding for an explanation. And what was his explanation? Well, nothing. He just stood there with a blank face with absolutely no answer to give. And this was the final straw, leading to his on-the-spot elimination.
Get out!
He packed his bags, expressed his frustration towards Chef Ramsay, and made an exit by leaving through the delivery dock. But did he leave with grace? Absolutely not. He actually asked Ramsay to kiss his ass before departing. Well, good riddance, buddy. But you won't believe what this next contestant did.
Somebody accused me of sabotaging their garnish, attempt to soil my reputation.
During the dinner service, Jen manned the garnish station confident in her leadership skills. However, her confidence was quickly shattered when sous chef Jockey rejected her dish.
Shoot, season.
Jen, in an attempt to defend herself, argued fiercely, claiming that she had seasoned the dish properly and accused sous chef Jockey of damaging his own palate. She even went as far as to suggest that there was enough salt to induce cardiac arrest. When called over by Chef Ramsay for a refire, she showed him some attitude.
What am I doing wrong now, Chef? It's hard.
Don't talk to me like that.
Her bitter tone infuriated him, leading to a heated exchange. And she still wouldn't shut up.
I mean, because I see you looking with the look on your face. I mean, okay.
Hey, young lady,
Chef.
who do you think you're talking to?
But was sous chef Jockey right? Turns out he was.
Her tartar potatoes, disgusting.
Despite brief moments of efficiency, Jen soon found herself slowing down the veterans once again, failing to communicate effectively with tea and Brett. Her struggles in the kitchen continued, leaving her team frustrated and the service in chaos. In a heated exchange with T, she felt like her teammates were mocking her for being the odd one out and sent out portions of undercooked leeks for 2 duck entrees. What is she doing? Chef Ramsay was in no mood for her attitude.
I gave you the creamy leek, Chef. Okay.
Hey, all of you run up here with me a minute.
And of course, what happened next is one of Hell's Kitchen's most intense moments.
You trying to clown me up in here right now?
Come here, come here.
I gave you the leek, Chef.
What followed was a series of accusations, and they were all targeted toward the man himself, Chef Ramsay. Well, of course, she was shown the door, and in her exit interview, she expressed no regrets. She knew that she had a business waiting for her back home and humorously wished that she had told Chef Ramsay to shove her blue jacket up his ass and cough out blueberries. But you know what? Chef Ramsay had the final word, stating, "Jen accused me of sabotaging her." The truth of the matter is, the only thing that sabotaged Jen tonight was her cooking. Amen. However, things were far from stellar in the next episode from Season 6. During the dinner service, Melinda and Lovely were manning the appetizer station, but their performance was about to take a nosedive. However, before I reveal what happened, make sure to hit this tab right here and become a member of my channel. By doing so, you can now access some behind-the-scenes moments and stand a chance to win some exclusive prizes all throughout the year. And hey, I've even got my Discord server up and running. So if you want to make any video recommendations, make sure to join the server for free. Plus, by the way, I've also got an exclusive server for those of you who are interested. Now, let's get back to the episode. Can you take a wild guess of how many times they had to redo a capellini pasta dish for the first table? 3? 4? Nope. Maybe I'll let Chef Ramsay do the honors.
For the 8th time, can I have one scallop, skewfully cooked capellini?
Freaking 8 times, and the inconsistency was just mind-boggling. On the 8th attempt, Tennille questioned Melinda about the pasta's doneness, and despite her assurance that it was cooked, Chef Ramsay had some doubts.
Looks undercooked. Is it cooked? No, it's not cooked. Not cooked.
The famous chef wouldn't even take a bite out of it. And to make matters worse, Melinda did this.
Oh my God. Just put it back on the stove, put a lid on top, and 30 seconds cooking it.
Oh, please, just get out of there if you don't understand the difference between overcooked and undercooked food. I mean, really, how can you just toss the pasta in the trash instead of putting it back on the stove? You can imagine how frustrated Chef Ramsay was.
What do? You just trash it straight away.
Now, you could argue that it was just a simple mistake, but no, that wasn't the case. The famous chef discovered something horrific.
Who's putting all this in the bin? How much is in the bin? Look! What the fuck is this?
The sight horrified everyone, and when Chef Ramsay asked Melinda how much pasta she had thrown away, she was too shocked to respond, her eyes wide open with disbelief.
What are you doing? Fucking mad!
Chef Ramsay's frustration was palpable, and Tennille didn't hold back, bluntly calling her stupid. It was definitely not a proud moment in the kitchen for Melinda, I'll tell you that one. And without a doubt, she was eliminated that very same day.
Melinda was completely lost in space, so I sent her back to whatever planet she came from.
So, what do you guys think about this whole sabotaging game contestants play with each other? Considering the show is all about teamwork, sabotage has gotta be tantamount to cheating, right? Let me know in the comment section down below. And before you leave, make sure to smack that like, subscribe, and turn on my post notifications. Plus, don't forget to check out my latest video right here, since it's even crazier.